Morning guys. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Haven't been out for absolutely ages. This morning I've come to Uphill, which is literally just a few hundred yards from where I live really, and I'm going up onto the hill where the tower and the church is to try and reshoot a previously shot image. I've got something particular in mind. So it's obviously first thing in the morning. Sunrise was looking pretty good initially, but I think a band of cloud has rolled in and it's going to blot out the light, I think, which is a bit of a nightmare. The sun will be rising to my back, so what the plan was for the tower and the church to have some nice golden light on it, but I don't know if it's going to happen now, but we'll go and check it out and see what happens. Yeah, it's bloody typical because I thought a band of cloud had rolled in and was going to stop the hold on a sec, and was going to hamper the sunrise. I wasn't particularly too bothered about the time. So sunrise is 7:44, it's now 7:34. I've got 10 minutes to get up to where I need to be, and it looks like there's a break in the clouds, and that the light that I'm after might actually show up for 10 minutes or so. Typical, right? So I've now got 10 minutes to get up there, which entails walking all the way down here, up the hill, and then all the way back towards the location. So, typical, but we'll trudge on. So I mentioned it's bloody freezing, and I forgot my gloves. Not good. I might actually make it. If I know what'll happen, I'll get there, and then the cloud will roll in again and block the light anyway. So I would have rushed all the way up here for nothing. This is the first time I've been out in so long. In fact, I was actually beginning to doubt whether I was really into this photography lark or not. But I gave myself a slap and we're all good now. You know those times where you're deciding what to put in your kit bag and you look at your long lens and you think, not really what I'm after today, it's heavy, I'll leave it behind. And then when you get there, you wish you hadn't. Yeah, it's one of those days. Look at this. It's probably difficult to see, but here is Brent Knoll, and it's shrouded in mist. There's an amazing sunrise coming up to the left of it. The colour and the cloud detail, absolutely phenomenal. But the lenses I've got, I don't think I can get anything from it. But I'll have a go anyway. I'll stick the 24-105 on and see what we can do. So the Brent Knoll shot with the 24-105 didn't actually work out too bad. I've chucked on the polarizer and a 3-stop medium just to give a bit of balance between the levels, because obviously they're quite dark. There's a lot of dark hedgerows, and the sunrise in the clouds above Brent Knoll. And it's not ideal, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's difficult compositionally, but we'll see. I'll have a play. But look at this. The sky is fantastic. Now I came here to shoot this. The tower and the church over there. And I was hoping that when the sun breaks through, which it should do any minute. I mean, there's only I'm going to have a very small window, so I'm going to have to change compositions really quickly. I'm hoping that it's going to bathe the tower and the church and the clouds up there, because there's some decent cloud. I'm hoping it's going to bathe them in a bit, and you know, a nice bit of golden light, chuck a bit of colour to the sky, and that I can grab a previously shot, but try and improve on it. Colour's totally disappeared. Well, not totally. There's still a bit there, but it's not great. It's a nice mist across the levels, but I'm pretty much done with that shot, I think. So I've turned my focus back round to the original shot that I came here for. So I don't know. Not sure if I'm going to get any light on it or not. The conditions are nice, but I just need that light, that bit of colour, just to make it a bit different to the previous shots that I've got here. Another thing that's quite annoying actually is shooting from this position here. On previous shots that I'd taken, you could see quite a defined path where people had been walking, and it had left this mark in the grass, which I used as a leading line, but sadly I don't know why, but it's not there anymore. People must have changed their route, so that leading line's gone. So I'm going to need to recompose and have a look around and try and find some other sort of foreground interest. But so how typical is that? The light's just starting to come through. I found a composition that I can work with, and two guys on bikes decide to just dump their bikes in front of the tower and then climb up and take in the view. I know they've, you know, every right to do so, but it doesn't change the fact that it's pissing me off, does it? And ruining my shot. Just reminds me why I don't like people. Well, good. The bikers have picked their bikes up and sodded off out of my shot. They're as bad as fishermen. No offence, Rich Reynolds. Yeah, it's always a way. Thankfully the light is starting to come through now, so the clouds are beginning to illuminate, which is great. The only thing I am struggling with is foreground, because I've kind of placed the tower off to the right hand side, and then you've got the church in the distance, and on this shot I've decided to incorporate Brean Down. There's some nice light hitting the clouds over there as well, so which is good, but I don't really have anything in the direct foreground. I do have, you probably can't see it on here, there's a slight bank here, so there is a bit of a line there. Now whether in Photoshop I can bring that out, if I can, because this never works, does it? But that line is running along here, and then it kind of goes over to the church and then sort of out this way. So if I can use Photoshop and bring out that diagonal line, then it may work, but if not I might move in a minute and see what I can do. But I'm just trying to get something different to what I've got before, the same but different, if you know what I mean. But there's some great colour coming now, so I'm really hoping that we can make this work. So I'm getting 2-second exposure, shooting at f14, 0.3 medium grad on a polarizer of no particular make. And yeah, 2-second timer. I'm not bothering with the remote this morning, my hands are too cold, so I can't be bothered. It is absolutely Baltic. I mean, I'm nice and toasty, but my hands ice blocked, absolute ice blocks. So let's crack on, see what we can do.
Like a bird on a tree,
That's stunning though, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. I've often wondered what it would be like. To shoot Crook Peak from the top of Brent Knoll. But do you know what? In all the years I've lived here, I've never been to the top of Brent Knoll. That's a bit sad, really, isn't it? I'll tell you what, though, the water treatment works over there is looking nice. It's ironic, isn't it? The light hitting it is really good. Not sure that's a picture that I particularly want, though, to be fair. Well, even if it doesn't work, it's a nice morning out, isn't it? Apart from the fact that I forgot my gloves and my hands are bloody freezing. It's ridiculous. Should have known better. I brought my hat, just forgot my gloves. I think the lesson there, boys and girls, is leave them in your bloody camera bag. So cold. I can remember being up here once at about 3 o'clock in the morning, shooting the Milky Way. From the other side of the tower actually, and it was a great night, and I actually got a pretty good shot, but my god was it cold. Not to mention the fact it was pitch black. I shot it in December, so yeah, that was a cold night. So I don't know what I'm moaning about. What I'm moaning about is I'm deconditioned. That's what it is. Deconditioned. It's been so long I've turned into a wuss. I've been housebound for far too long. Because of the obvious, but there we go. Right, I'm going to have a wander, I think, and try and find a different composition. Because this is alright, but just not sure it's going to work because of that foreground.
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me.
So yeah, there's actually a reasonable amount of movement in those clouds, so I'm thinking, now sadly they are going from left to right, it's better when they're coming straight towards you, but I'm thinking I might chuck 10 stop on, go for a long exposure and see how that turns out. Yeah, let's do that. I've seen quite a few people up here this morning, and I think they must all think I'm mad, because it's this stunning sunrise. Oh, you can see Glastonbury Tor now. Now why didn't I have the long lens? Glastonbury Tor, I can't even explain, I'm not even talking to you about it. So yeah, there's all these people coming up, like walkers in the morning, and they're stopping and they're photographing that way. And I'm sat here facing that way. They must be thinking, what are you doing, man? The light's over there. And for all intents and purposes, in all fairness, it is. But, you know, compositionally it's not particularly great. And I don't have a long lens. If I had a long lens, I'd be shooting that way, because I'd be picking up that Tor right now, because it looks absolutely epic. So have a look at this timer. Must be getting close. It was only 4 minutes. Hands are so cold my fingerprint doesn't work. Okay, another 20 seconds. But like I said, I think this shot is still going to be underexposed. I think I'm going to have to push for like 6 minutes. Oh, there's a nice bit of light breaking through over on the Welsh Hills over there now. Okay, there's the timer. So yeah, that's still not enough. I didn't think so. Right, 6 minutes will do it. So in fact, no, I'm going to go for 8 minutes. It's a long old exposure, isn't it? 8 minutes, here we go. And we're off. 8 minutes, f14. This will be the one. This will be the one. Oh God, so cold. Oh, the Tor! The Tor is just insane. I think I'm going to be a tourist now. I'm going to get my phone out and I'm going to photograph that way. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this phone, Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, 108 megapixel camera. It's ludicrous. Anybody want to buy a Nikon? Oh God, it's so cold. So cold. What kind of idiot comes out without gloves? The tide's out at the moment, so we've got the beautiful view of the mud flats out there. Which, you know, if you know Weston, you know that's primarily what it is. Mud. I shouldn't really sound negative about it, should I? Born and bred here. I think that's probably why. I think you get bored of where you live, don't you? Well, I do. And I don't apologise for that. Especially when I see these photographers that live up in the Lake District and up in the Yorkshire Dales. I'm not jealous at all. 20 seconds. Did I mention my hands were cold? If anybody's got a link to any decent gloves, that'd be cool. Stick it in the comments. Because I could do with a new pair, to be fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo. That, people, is absolutely stunning. Probably could have done with another 30 seconds, to be fair. Let's have a look at the histogram. Do you know what? No, it couldn't. Looking at the histogram, that is absolutely smack on. And the great thing about this, although the clouds look as though they're going from left to right, they are kind of coming towards. So we've got a diagonal in the clouds, which is... I'll show you.
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful.
That's it. I'm heading off back to the car now because I am absolutely Baltic. I'm going to go home, have a cup of tea, a bit of breakfast, and then we'll have a look and see what we got. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to have at least one to show you. If not, then just wasted 20 odd minutes of your time, haven't you? But let's see. And yeah, maybe I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.
Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be.